Yo, yo, yo. Just getting things started off here. Gonna go feed some venomous stuff. As if that's anything else I do on this channel. Feeding the venomous snakes, cobras, mambas, vipers, rattlesnakes, you name it. You name it. Matter of fact, I was hoping to feed king cobras today, but the female king cobra, right inside there, uh, is in shed. And then today, the male king cobra in his box is in shed, so that kind of sucks. We won't get to see that, but it is what it is. No big deal. But we have plenty of other things. We got the Blackthroat monitor down here. We're gonna feed. We got Indian cobra. We got Eastern green mamba, albino monocled cobra, the Costa Rican rattlesnake down there, and not to forget the albino Eastern diamondback right there. Or is it the Eastern? It's the Western diamondback, not an Eastern. I don't know why I said that, but whatever. That's all right. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Oh yeah, no, let's not forget the coral cobra, and we're also gonna go in the dining room, and we're gonna feed the African bush vipers. So no fair to lance, unfortunately. Never actually, I've never really had much of an interest in fair to lance, to be honest with you. I mean, they're big and they're cool, but my interest is primarily elapids, with a few exceptions. Obviously, we got the gaboon viper up there. Everybody's got to have a gaboon viper. He's not getting fed today, and then the rhino viper down here is also not getting fed today. So yeah, we're about to feed him here in just a minute. Let's see. So here's our selection right here. We got the large rat up top is going to go to the forest cobra, and then we got monocled cobra, diamondback, Costa Rican rattlesnake, and then the blackthroat monitor is going to get that one, and then a few mice and whatnots. Oh, dude, man, hey, Yoho, you got to send me some pictures, brother. I got to see that. I got to see that. Trust me, I'm not forgetting about what we discussed either. That is super freaking cool. So, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna start off with do snakes smell? Yeah, if you don't clean up after them, absolutely. I'm in here constantly, cleaning and stuff like that, cleaning up feces and things like that. So, but right now we're gonna go ahead and feed the blackthroat monitor. We're gonna grab our little feeding tongs right here. He's pretty cool, but why are you feeding them babies? What are you? Okay, so these are not babies. These are extra large mice, which go to the smaller snakes, like the green mama's going to get them, and then the Indian cobra and whatnot. And then we have rats for the bigger animals. So no babies. So anyway, here we go. Mr. Steve, we got to unlock his little cage here. Not that it's a little cage. For those of you who don't know, the cage that he's in here, both of them here are 10 feet long. So they are not. Oh, the two really little ones. Okay, I see what you're saying. So the pinkies right here are actually going to get fed to the coral cobra. And the coral cobra is right here. And he is a very dangerous snake, but he is not a big snake. He's only about 15 inches long. So he cannot eat large prey items. So sorry, I missed that one. But here we go, Mr. Steve. Now we got to be careful, right? Because if I just straight up slide his glass open, he'll jump out here and just start grabbing willy nilly, and we definitely don't want to do that. Were those mouses? Yeah, we have big pinky mice, extra large mice, and then large and medium rats for today. All right, dude, listen, I know you're hungry, but I need you. Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring him on the other end of it. That way he's away from the rest of the food. All right. All right, dude. What's up? Ah! God almighty, dude. I tell you what, he is super cool and he'll let you pet him and all sorts of stuff. But when he's freaking in food mode, don't you bother him. Do not bother him because you might accidentally get bit. And he's not a giant, but he is plenty big enough to freaking ruin your day. For those of you who don't know, this is a African blackthroat monitor lizard, and he right now is close to 4 feet long, something like that. And a lot of you who don't know, you would think that he's big, but he is very, very. He's not even half grown. Put it that way. Full grown, this guy can weigh anywhere from 35 to 50 pounds, give or take. Um, I'm just gonna feed. He's just gonna get the one rat because he eats every couple of days or so. But right now he's just gonna get one rat. No, Steve is not venomous. He is definitely not venomous. So feedings, okay. Yeah, and they get longer. Oh yeah, so when this guy's full grown, he could be 8, 9 feet long and just massive. So, but he's not there yet. He's probably what, if I had to guess, I don't know how old he was when he got him. He might have been 6 months or so. So he's probably 2.5 years old right now. So anyway, no bacteria as saliva. Now he's bit me a couple times when he was younger, and he didn't bite me out of like anger. It was like accidental stuff. What up, sea reptiles? How you doing, brother? Greetings from Dusseldorf. I love it. I love it. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. He's gonna. As a matter of fact, is he already getting it down, dude? He's already got it down. All the only thing left there is a freaking tail. What's their lifespan? I think they're in the 20-year range, something like that. And generally, reptiles will live longer in captivity as long as they're well cared for. Um, so there is that. Do you feed it live baby chicks? I actually have quail in the reptile freezer out there. So this is a blackthroat monitor lizard. But yeah, so not chicks per se, but I have some quails and stuff out there. Glad to see you on here. Been a while. Yeah, I was gonna do it last weekend, but things came up and I ended up being out of town, so I just pushed it to this weekend. I was hoping to feed the king cobras today, but both of them, the male and the female, are in shed. So yeah, that didn't work out so well. So okay, the king cobras. No, the male just turned 3. By the way, everybody say happy birthday today. But he just turned 3 on July 1st, so he's got at least another year left, maybe up to 2 years left before he is sexually mature. So he's not there yet. The female, she's good to go, but she's 12. But no, I've never bred snakes before, but I do plan on breeding them as well as the rhino viper, along with the female gaboon viper right here, who is definitely ready. So hopefully next year we'll get them going. So, all right, here we go. So we got the Eastern green mamba. We're gonna go ahead and unlock the cage right here. Make sure. So he's everybody see the Eastern green mamba here. This is stringbane. What are all of the animals in this in the room? These are all venomous reptiles, with the exception of the blackthroat monitor. So we're gonna slide open the right side just a little bit. We're gonna come down here, grab ourselves a mouse, and see what he does. What's up, dude? Go ahead, do your thing. So this is by far the most venomous snake in the room. Oh, you missed, dude. You missed. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. So what we want to do is give him just a second, because if I try to slide the glass right now, there's a chance that he can let it go. Matter of fact, if I do it real slow, just like this. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So he's going to get 2 mice. Um, let's see here. Bada bang. We'll go ahead and put the lock back on. We don't need to lock it. We're just going to put it back on there like that. So yeah, so here's Dendroaspis angusticeps. This is the eastern green mamba, and this is definitely a very, very venomous snake. Um, he doesn't have as much venom as some of the other snakes, like the vipers and king cobras and stuff, but what he lacks in volume, he more than makes up in potency. So uh, definitely not a snake you want to get bit by. No, I do not have any bearded dragons. Steve is not venomous. Which one kills you the fastest one bit? Probably this guy, to be honest with you. Probably this guy right here. And when we got him, he's I think about 4 years old, give or take 3.5, 4 years old. He was about the same size and length as a number 2 pencil, unsharpened right out of the box. So, and now he's right about 5 feet long. So you could almost watch him grow. That's how crazy it was. No Cape Cobras. I used to have one many years ago, but I don't have any right now. All right, so moving on. We have the Sri Lankan locale Indian cobra or spectacled cobra. Both words work. Let's see here. All right, and he's going to get two mice. It won't be long before we graduate to small rats with him. Yo, hey, hey, hello. There you go. Bah, I want it. I takes the mouse and I eats the mouse. If he hasn't eaten in the past 2 weeks, just sometimes they can go through that. Ball pythons can stop eating for 2 3 months, and all of a sudden they just start eating. So yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about that as long as he has plenty of body weight on him. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and close that. We're not feeding the rhino viper today, or um, the gaboon or the king cobras. But yeah, beautiful Indian cobras. For those of you who don't know, the snake charmers in India that do the snake charming shows, this is primarily the snakes that they use is the Indian cobra. Naya, the Indian cobra. Do you have any antivenom on hand? Not on hand. I do have bite protocols in place with the local fire department, part of my permitting process as well. So there are things in place for that. Okay, next up, we're gonna jump down here on the bottom, and what he says, "Fuck no." What are you talking about? He scarfed it. Oh, dude. Yeah, I think it's about time to graduate food size with him. Probably go to like a small rat. But down here we have another beautiful, beautiful snake. This is Crotalus culminatus, the Costa Rican rattlesnake, and this was actually born and bred right here in Oregon. So, caramba, okay. I was like, what the hell are we talking about? So, but one thing with this guy, most of the time he's underneath his little rock shelf back here, and when I open the glass, he's literally struck all the way out here before, right? So I got to be careful of that. Thank you, man. Appreciate that comment. So here we go. We're going to slide this open gently, keeping him over there. And sometimes he'll bite onto the rat and hold onto it, and sometimes he won't. But I think he's definitely hungry. So here's our rat selection right here. What's up, dude? Look at him coming. He's like, I know what's going on. I know what's going on. Do you think? Go ahead, buddy. Oh, you. Oh, boom. Golly. This guy, he's captive born and bred. So were his parents. But every time he eats, it's like he's a wild animal and he's got to inject as much venom as he can. And it's just crazy. When I actually, for the first year of his life, he would not touch anything that was not alive. And it took me a year. I'm not closing the glass yet. I'll do that when I'm ready. Here you go. You want it back? Go ahead. Are you, okay, we're just going to leave that there. He'll come back and get it. Now I will close the glass. Thank you. So go ahead and lock this up since we're not going to come back in here. Give it a few minutes and he'll go ahead and grab that. But next up, everybody loves the monocled cobra, the albino monocled cobra. But first, we're going to go ahead and put the key back. And like I always say in every video, for those of you who wonder if I have a permit, there's the permit I have from the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife right there. But fortunately, out of the 13 venomous snakes that I have, only 4 require permit, right? And that would be the monocled cobra, eastern green mamba, western diamondback, and the coral cobra. What does monocle mean? Monocle is a reference to the circular pattern on the back of its hood up there, and you may not be able to see it. Actually, if you look at the picture here, there's a circle on the back. It's the old eyeglass, the monocle eyeglass from that people used to wear back in the day. Kind of like the Indian cobra is a spectacled cobra because it looks like it has a upside down pair of glasses on its back. Yeah, we'll get to the diamondback in just a second. So we're gonna go ahead and unlock the monocled cobra's cage, and then very carefully because this guy likes to lunge out too. Come down here, grab his rat. All right, dude. What's up? Everybody gonna get ready for this because come here. Hey, dude, I know what you want. I know what you want. Look at this. Get in there. Look at it. Completely out of the cage. Dude, are you crazy? And that's why we have hooks right here. You just grab him up gently, and he probably won't even drop the animal. He'll probably just go right back into his cage. Get in there. That's why you never ever assume that the snake's just gonna stay in there. But there you go. Kind of crazy that king cobra doesn't. Yeah, right. It is crazy that a king cobra in the state of Oregon does not need a permit. All right, get your little tail in there, and then now we're gonna close glass right here. Reach up here, grab the lock. But yeah, this is albino Naya, the monocled cobra, right here. Um, what made me want snakes like this? They seem dangerous. I understand that. When you have a passion for something, and you get the experience that you need, I think that's the biggest thing. But growing up, my dad always brought snakes and reptiles around, and that was a big part of growing up. And then I got my first rattlesnake when I was 16, and it just kind of went from there. And then next thing you know, I was stationed in Nebraska in the army, and I ordered my first pair of monocled cobras, and kind of just escalated from there. But this is an adult female. So those of you who don't know, and some of you might, this snake has never ever been in the same enclosure as another monocled cobra. Yet last year laid a viable clutch of eggs through parthenogenesis. Absolutely crazy. The video is actually on YouTube and my TikTok because right now I'm live on YouTube and TikTok, but the video is there. What the crazy thing is I didn't even know that they were viable, and they were starting to get rotten. And I'd never bred snakes before, but I decided before I threw the last three away, I I cut open one of the eggs, and there was a little baby pink cobra inside the egg that was about 3 inches long, and I was like, oh my god. But the rest of the eggs ended up rotting, and hopefully, if it happens again, I'll be more prepared. But like I said, I've never bred snakes before. My YouTube channel is just my name. Type in Aaron Christensen, and you'll find it there. But we're done with him, or her, I should say. Put her key back right here. She's number 5. Bada bing. There we go. But yeah, it was super crazy. I was actually doing a live stream, just a cage cleaning video, and she was inside her hide box right there, and I used the hook here to reach and grab that. I don't know if you guys see the eye screw right there. I lifted it up, and she was literally wrapped around a clutch of. There was like 13 or 14 eggs, so it was freaking crazy, absolutely crazy. All right, so she's done. We're gonna move on to Mango, the albino western diamondback rattlesnake, Crotalus atrox. Whew. You know, I'm not getting out of breath, I swear, but it's 80 degrees. I'm not sure why the YouTube keeps disconnecting from the internet. I have full Wi-Fi right now, so not sure what's going on there. So we're gonna open that just a crack, and then we're gonna use the hook since the snake is actually right there. We're gonna use the hook to open it the rest of the way, and it's all about safety. Yeah, it was on the YouTube side, not the TikTok side. I'm not quite sure what the deal was there, but it seems to be okay now, so no big deal. All right, here we go. All right, Mango, you ready? I know you're hungry. So he almost always bites and then lets go and then comes back and gets a. There we go. So we're gonna just set the rat right there. And does your albino Ajax have an attitude like Rod's does? She's pretty chill for the most part. Okay, she's locked up. When I first, my brother had this snake for the first 10, 11 years of its life. And you couldn't even walk into the room with it and it would just go off, just shake, rattle, just insane because he wasn't around it that often. And since it's been with me, it's actually kind of difficult to get it to rattle. You know, sure, if I reach in with a snake hook, but I can walk in and out of this room and it will not rattle at all. But yeah, he'll come get it here in a second. The crotal, oh, here we go down here. The Colmanatus has finally found the rat after crawling around the cage. Oh, are we not finding it? Which snake has the worst attitude? Probably this damn snake right here. So let's see. Are you gonna get it? Come on, everybody's watching it. Everybody wants to see it. Oh yeah, he smells it. He knows what's going on. Get a little bit closer. Have I ever been bit? Okay, I have been bit. I was bitten one time, and it was about 15 years ago from an Arizona blacktail rattlesnake, Crotalus molossus, and one fang skint. We're talking my right index finger here, skint the tip of my finger right here with one fang, and it put me in the hospital overnight. And I tell you, it forced me to revisit some of the habits that I was doing, the things that free handling, all those stupid type of things like that. And that's been 15 years ago, and I'm definitely not doing stupid stuff like that anymore. Because I'll be honest with you, I like having all my fingers. I like being alive, and I just try to be as safe as I possibly can. So on this video, on this channel, you'll never see videos of me free handling. I have done it in the past, long time ago. So I'm not sitting here telling you that I'm innocent and that I've never done things right. In full transparency, I have done those things, but it's been, like I said, a long, long time ago. So, what's the oldest snake that I have? Probably the 12-year-old king cobra female, and then this diamondback is also 12 years old. All right, so this is the diamondback. We're gonna go ahead and put her key back, and she's actually laid eggs before too, but they're all slugs whenever she lays them, and when she lays them, I just give them to Steve and he eats them. No big deal. But yeah, there we go. Crotalus culminatus. This is definitely one pretty rattlesnake right here because I love the stripes. I love how the color transitions from the tan with the stripes and the saddleback markings, and then as you get down towards the base of the tail down in here, it starts getting darker in coloration. I don't know if you can see the black down here by the tail. So Thank you. Yeah, I try to be as organized as I possibly can be. I'm not perfect, but I definitely try to. And so, speaking of organized, I have my hooks and stuff on the wall. Um, I keep my main hook is actually right here on the side of the cage, kind of right there. I have another hook in my car that goes here, but I keep that in the car for snake cruising. So once they begin eating, they won't stop, right? Generally no, but if I stress them out or if I try to touch them while they're eating, they can definitely regurgitate it and spit it out. So we don't want to do that. How painful was it to get bitten? I tell you what, my finger doubled in size within seconds. Um, my face and my nose and here started going numb, and then the inside of my mouth started going numb, and got super cotton mouth. And but I tell you what, once they gave me the Crowfab antivenom, it was insane. Granted, let's take into consideration I had a very 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 tiny amount of venom put into me, so the Crowfab did its job stupid fast. It was just ridiculous. I didn't get bit by any of these snakes. I got bitten by an Arizona blacktail rattlesnake, Crotalus molossus. Which one is venomous? Every single snake in this room is venomous. So those of you who are just joining, we got eastern green mamba, we got Indian cobra, we got rhinoceros viper, Costa Rican rattlesnake, monocled cobra, albino western diamondback. We got the gaboon viper up top. We have male king cobra that's currently in shed. That's why it's not getting fed today. We have the female king cobra, which is also in shed. Why it's not getting fed today. And then we have the uh, forest cobra on the bottom, which we're going to feed here in just a second. So, but yeah, it can take a few minutes. Even for the rattlesnakes, it can take a few minutes. Are the baby rattlesnakes venomous? Yes. All venomous snakes are born venomous. Every single one of them. So, how does antivenom work? Antivenom basically, you take venom from a selected species, Crotalus, Elapidae, and you inject it in small amounts into horses, and sometimes they use sheep, and then the horses and sheep develop antibodies to it, and then you increase the venom amounts to where they're producing large quantities of antibodies, and then you take out the blood and you separate it through what the hell's that thing called where it spins it real fast. I forget what the name is, but you separate the blood from the clear stuff, and then it's dried out, and then I'm sure there's other stuff there that they do, but that's where you get the antivenom from. And mine came in a powder form, and they mixed it in with oh shit, man, my brain's going dead here. The freaking the fluid, the IV solution, and then yeah, centrifuge. There you go. And then they inject it into the body. So your cages are so clean. Yeah, you know what? I try. I really do. Um, it's hard to keep them 100% clean. Every single second of every single day because there are 12 animals in here. So, um, but I definitely try to do a damn good job about it. My favorite animals are my king cobras for sure. Absolutely. All right, who wants to see no black mamas? Who wants to see the forest cobra get fed? I think that's what we're gonna do next. All right. Matter of fact, you know what? Before we get there, the green mamba wants another mouse, so we're gonna go ahead and give the mouse or the green mamba another mouse, and he's sitting up there. Here we go. All right, buddy. You want another one? Go ahead, do your thing. Oh, see, on the first one, sometimes he'll drop it. On the second one, almost always holds it. It's like maybe the first one he just wasn't afraid. Okay, so not too worried about glass breaking, and I'll tell you why. Every single piece of glass in this room is tempered, right? Does that mean that they can't break? No, it does not. But there's not a snake in this room that can slam their face into the glass hard enough to break it. So these rats were frozen, yes. All my rats come from Rodent Pro. My biggest, heaviest snake that I have right now is the Gaboon Viper, and she's about 5 feet long. And the longest snake that I have right now is my 3-year-old male king cobra, who's 9.5 feet. So, hey, just so you guys know, on this channel, I'm not sitting here begging for money. I'm not sitting here saying buy all this crap for me. I just trying to share my experience with you guys. And if you guys have an idiot to subscribe or hit that like button, that's about all I can ask for. But you're never going to see anybody on his channel asking for money or buy this or donate to blah, blah, blah. Not what I'm about. I'm just sharing my hobby with everybody. Okay. Eastern green mamba, Dendroaspis, and Gusticeps. How much do they cost to eat? I order in bulk, but I spend probably, I don't know, 12, 1,300 bucks a year to feed all my animals, give or take. How much do they need to eat? Each snake is different. So, and I try to feed my snakes about every 10 days. That's why you're not going to see me on here every single Sunday, because I really try not to overfeed my snakes. Okay, so the green mamba is complete. So we're going to go ahead and lock this cage up right here. And he's putting down his second mouse right there. Uh, no, Gaboon Viper is not the most deadliest, although that snake will definitely kill you and you'll be in a lot of pain while you're dying. But this snake right here in my collection is probably going to kill you the fastest. What will happen if you overfeed them? Hey, just like us, they'll get obese. They can start having liver problems, especially like the Gaboon Vipers, right? People always freak out when I tell them that I only feed the Gaboon Viper once every 40 days. That's right. You heard it, 40. In the wild, the Gaboon Vipers eat, between 4 and 5 times in a year, if that. So if I feed them once a month or once every 40 days, that's more food than they would ever get in the wild. And you definitely don't want overweight and obese snakes because, then they don't live as long. You start having to deal with medical crap that you don't want to do. So show black cobra. I don't have a black cobra. So here's Eastern green mamba is finishing it up. Out of all the snakes in the world, and I'm talking purely venomous, okay? It may not be the coolest to everybody, but my king cobras are my favorite, hands down. They're just, I, I don't know. I like them. They're a seemingly intelligent snake, and he's always watching. Both of them, they're always watching. So, just my personal opinion. Which snake is the most deadly? My green mamba is the most venomous snake that I have. All right, so we're gonna put the key back, and he's number one, and we're gonna go ahead. Let's see. Which one was that? King cobras are dope. Yeah, I was hoping to feed them today, but they're both in shed on the same day. They're both in shed, so their sheds have synced up like they're Menzies. So, oh, we also got to feed the coral cobra right here. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that. Coral cobra. So the coral cobra right here, I believe, is the smallest species of elapid. Um, they come from Africa, particularly southern Africa. Um, this is a Spitaleps lubricus, and this is a particularly beautiful one because of the red coloration. Look at him. He just popped his head out right over here. All right. What's up, dude? You want one? Go ahead. Do your thing. I know you want one. We're just going to kind of let him do his thing right here. Oh, there he goes right here. But when he's fresh shed, and he's fairly fresh right now, but he's just so freaking beautiful. That red and black, or that kind of that burnt orange or burnt red. That's a baby pinky mouse right there. What would happen if the snakes were in the same cage? Well, cobras are known for eating each other. You don't have to be a king cobra. Monocled cobras will absolutely eat other snakes, so we definitely don't want to do that. Dave is definitely a king cobra. Oh, is that my buddy? Is that my boy Ray? Yeah, Dave is a king cobra. He's a a Malaysian crossed with an Indonesian king cobra. I do not have an Eastern brown or any Australian venomous. Never had the opportunity, unfortunately. Hungry boy, yes, he is. So this guy is an adult, captive born and bred, and he is probably about 16 inches long, give or take. Yeah, we can see the mamba again. Just a second. We're gonna kind of let this guy do his thing, and once we give him the second pinky mouse, we'll go back up there. What does Steve eat? Steve, the monitor lizard, freaking eats anything. That dude would probably eat birthday cake if I gave it to him. But no, he gets fish, he gets rats, he gets quail, he gets shrimp, chicken gizzards. No, I had a California king snake a couple months ago. It was an albino. It was a massive one too, but I gave it away. I just kind of ended up with it. As a matter of fact, I gave away a Mexican black king snake just a couple days ago. One we found in the neighborhood about 2 years ago. Somebody's pet that got loose and nobody ever claimed it. What is my least venomous snake? Probably my African bush vipers that are in the dining room. We're going to go in there here in just a second. I can't show you the king cobras because they're both in their hide boxes right now in shed. So unfortunately, there's nothing to see. But next week they will be out of shed and they will have shed by then, and then will be able to feed them. So I have a large corn snake that somebody gave me, frozen. It died of seemingly natural causes, and I also have a large gopher snake for the other one. So I don't think a poisonous or a venomous snake can die from its own poison. Um, Generally, the answer is no to that, as far as I know. Depending on the snake, they can live a while. For example, the king cobras can live 20 to 25 years in captivity. And generally, if they're well cared for in captivity, snakes can live longer in captivity than they do in the wild. Because they're not constantly barraged by parasites and pesticides and all sorts of things that they can encounter in the wild. But yeah, so for example, my king cobras, they will be with me until they die. Period. I mean, somebody could come and offer me $10,000 a piece for my king cobras, and I would say no. So I tell you, my favorite snake. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't sell them, but I'm telling you, it would take a ridiculous amount of money to get me way more than they're worth. So, and I don't see anybody doing that. So let's see, when do they hibernate? These snakes are all tropical, and they don't generally hibernate. Okay, are you putting that thing down? Bada bing. Really cool snake though. I wanted one of these guys for a long time, and my buddy in Texas breeds them, and he had some available. And God, when I first got this guy, he was probably, oh my God, he was probably a week old, and he could barely eat day old pinky mice. Barely. I mean, but now he can put down probably a medium pinky mouse. But he's also eaten a garter snake before too. How much did I pay for the king? I got the homeboy discount price and the baby king cobra that has never eaten price. So I paid $300 a piece, but that was only because I knew the breeder. But generally, they're going for about $1,000 a pop. And if you get one that's already feeding, they can be upwards of $1,500 a pop for a hatchling. So all right, he got that one down. Let's go ahead and grab the other pinky over here. Bada bing. All right, buddy. You want another one? I know you do. Oh, there we go. Right off the bat. So we're not going to sit here and watch this, but we are going to close him up. Definitely going to make sure it is locked. Bada bing, bada bing. All right. What do we got next? Oh, yeah. Indian Cobra. Go ahead and open him up there. Oh, look at him. Look at it. He went and bit the glass. So you always got to be careful. All right, buddy. You want another one? I know you do. Come on. Go ahead. Take it. All you. Ah, there we go. Indian Cobra. See that pattern right there on the back of the hood? Looks like an upside down pair of glasses. That's where they get their name, spectacled cobra or Indian cobra. Yes, this is Naya Naya, the Indian cobra. So we're gonna close him up. Of course, this guy eats fast too. I think we're gonna graduate him to small mice soon, or not small mice, but small rats. Auckland, Central New Zealand. This is a beautiful animal. Hey, thanks for watching, man. I appreciate you. I hope everything's going okay over there. Yes, Anthony Davis. Yes, this is a cobra. That's a cobra. That's a cobra. That's not a real cobra, but we call it a cobra. And then we got the largest cobra in the world, the true cobra, which is the forest cobra. And for those of you saying a king cobra is the largest cobra in the world, it's not, because a king cobra is not a real cobra. It is an ophiophage. So they call it a cobra because it can stand up and has a hood. And if on that same logic, a black mamba can do the same thing. All right, let's go ahead and get the lock. And we're going to go ahead and feed the forest cobra next. Look at him. Look at him. He's already down to the freaking tail. Boom. Okay. All right, that's the last key over here. We got, let's see here. The bones and the mice and stuff, they're dissolved in the digestive system. Okay, so forest cobra. Ugh. Bada bing. So forest cobra is the largest true cobra in the world. They can reach upwards of 9 feet. Some, I guess, have reached 10 feet, but this one particular is approaching 8 feet. So she is not small by any means. And I think she's waiting on food. What's up? You want something? Oh, are we gonna be shy? Come here. No way. I know you're hungry, but now you're gonna act shy. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer here. Oh, sometimes they do this. Hey, hello. Oh, for God's sake. Really? All right, we'll see if we can go to the other side. She might be just a little bit shy right now. I have 13 venomous snakes. Let's see here. All right, let's see if this can work here. Hey, hey, hello, hello. Are you getting ready to go into shed? I sure hope she's not in shed, because if she's in shed, she will not touch anything. Biggest king is over 18 feet. Yes, 18 and a half. Hey, what? Well, you know what? Anticlimactic. That's what this is. Hey, hello. Hey, no, 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 no. You are just not cooperating. You're crawling around your cage the entire. Oh, look, there we go. Everybody see? She grabbed it. She was just having one of her moods. Yeah, yeah, DoorDash. But she decided to take it. Maybe she was just a little bit shy. No big deal. Could I ask what the purpose is of what? I do not have a black mamba. I did have one a long time ago, but my wife has forbidden me to get one, and that's just happy wife, happy life thing. But excuse me. The last snake, what was it? That was a coral cobra. Did they ever come out? Where is Ozzy? Oh, we'll go see Ozzy here in a minute. Matter of fact, who wants to go see Ozzy? Let's go ahead and lock up his cage real quick, or her cage. All right, that's locked. I want to make sure everything's locked. Everything's locked. Oh, that's for the ball python in the other room. So all the snakes in here are essentially fed. Steve, you cannot come out. If I don't put the wedge here, Steve knows how to slide the glass open. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab our little forceps here, and we have two pinky rats in the bucket here. You can't really see them, but there they are, pinky rats. We're gonna go see if the bush vipers want them. But while we go through there, we're gonna go and check out Ozzy. Everybody wants to see Ozzy. Hey, well, here's Ozzy in his massive living room cage. Do you know that somebody actually told me that this guy is in a cage that's too small? So I can walk through that door, and that glass is 6 feet from bottom to top, and it's 5 feet wide. So a black mamba can, depending on who you get it from, you can get got to be several $100s for a hatchling. But yeah, here is Ozzy. Ozzy hates my life. If I died tomorrow, he'd probably spit on my grave. But he loves my wife, so I guess that's a pro. No, Ozzy is a green iguana. He is not venomous. Bubbles, it appears to be some type of mental disorder. But yeah, there's Ozzy right there. So, all right, so we're gonna go in here. We're gonna see if the bush vipers want to eat. Bada bing. We'll take off his lock right here and open it up. We have one bush viper down there. The male's down there. I can see him. Let's see, where's the female at? I always want to know where they're at before I open the cage. So this is a bioactive planet enclosure. There's pill bugs and all sorts of things in here. All right, female, where the hell are you at? Sometimes these things can be right in front of my face and I won't see them. It's crazy. Female. Oh my God, look at there's the female right there. She's normally not up at the top during the day, but there she is. All right, so now we can go ahead and open the cage. So these are West African bush vipers, Atheris swamgera. Let's see here. It's escaped. No, it is definitely not escaped. Okay, let's see if they're in the mood. Hello. Are we awake? Hello? Get their attention. Hey, wake up. Where's its head at? Probably on the backside over here. Oh yeah, there's the head right there. So we got to get you to. Do they bite? Yes, they definitely can bite, and they are venomous. All right, let's see here what we can do here. Try to get it to come over on this side. Hey, hello. Come up over here. I need you to bring your head over here so I can show you what I have for you. Ah, there we go. All right, you ready? You want it? Oh, there we go. There we go. So this is the female, not because she's yellow, she just happens to be yellow. And bada bing. Oh, oops, sorry. I had two cameras here. I gotta make sure they're both on it. But yeah, she is beautiful. And then we got the cockroach climbing over the top. All right, cockroach, get out of there. Crawling right across her head. Good Lord. But yeah, there you go, right there. West Africa or African bush viper, Atheris squamigera, and these are pretty common in the venomous trade, the venomous hobby. They come in all the colors of the rainbow, and yeah. Why did my wife ban me from getting a black mamba? I'll be honest with you, there is no real good reason. She also doesn't want me to have a spinning cobra, and I've never even had a spinning cobra before. Okay, I'm gonna turn a light on right here real quick in the kitchen. That way we can see the male. Hopefully, see the male a little better. Let's see here. But yeah, the wife does not want me having a black mamba. All right, the male is down here. Unfortunately, he's kind of. Ooh, I wonder if he's in shed. Are you in shed, dude? Come here. Hello. I know you guys can't really see him because he's kind of down there. Oh, I hope he's not in shed because if he is, he ain't gonna touch anything. I can't see him completely though. Here, let's reposition our mouse here or whatever. All right, come on, buddy. Come on, you want to take it? Ooh, are we taking it? No, take it, take it, take it. No, come on, don't be turd like that. I know you're hungry. I don't know if you guys can even see it back there. Sometimes I just rub it against. Oh, see, sometimes they can be a pain in the butt. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kind of grab him. This is the male. All right, I want you to come out here, bud. I hope you're not in shed. I think you're in shed though. Whoa, there we go. A little bit. Oh, that was crawling away. All right, this is not working out too well. All right, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Come here. There we go. There we go. Everybody see him right there? So he's kind of got a red, but he's definitely due for shed, though. He hasn't shed in quite a while, as a matter of fact. All right. Normally they eat pinky. So the female, she took hers like a champ right there. But he may or may not even want this because it's not a pinky. It's not what he typically does. All right. You want it, dude? There we go. Oh, you bit it. You bit it and then you let go. What are you doing? All right. Can we get some? There's some interest here, I think. Come on. Oh, you. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. Oh, you let it go again. What are you doing? Dude, sometimes this guy can be frustrating sometimes. Why don't you feed live? Because frozen are way cheaper than live. All right, come on. This guy is sometimes he's stubborn. So the female, she eats 8 out of 10 times, and this guy eats 5 out of 10 times. So and like I said, he might be in shed right now. His coloration is really, really dull. You may see something different through the camera, but as a matter of fact, I'm looking at the screen. He looks super red, but with my eyes, he's definitely not that red at all. Oh, come on, take it, take it, take it. No. Why do you keep biting it and then letting it go? You're not even biting it. You're just like mouthing it. Dun, dun, dun. There's some sort of a timer going on. My wife's making meatloaf. Okay. So you're going to have an attitude right now. Yes, I am required to have a bite protocol in place with the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife, and that is in place. All right. Come on, dude. Oh, okay. There we go. Oh, come on. Take it, take it, take it. Take. Oh, you dropped it again. Why do you keep dropping it? You're smelling it. You're definitely interested in it. I see you want it, but you're just having an attitude right now. Matter of fact, okay, let's try this. Let's try this. Get him up here. Get him up into the branch itself. Here, matter of fact, right there is pretty good. Oh, no, no, no. Sorry, guys, he's not cooperating too well. All right, dude, I know you want it. I know you want it. I know you want it. Take it, take it, take it. That's the way you something. Oh, oh, listen, he keeps biting it like he's mouthing it, and then he just like lets it go. It's like, dude, come on, bro. Come on, bro. He's not tired. But in his defense, he might be half asleep too, because these guys are in the wild. They're mostly nocturnal, just like the coral cobra is. All right. All right. I'm gonna come back to him. I don't want to sit here and force it. So we'll come back to him later. Matter of fact, we're gonna go on the other side of the cage after I close it, and we're gonna see how the female's doing over here. Oh, there she is, right there. Bada bing. Looking good. Looking good, girly. So why don't they do like them dead, but that particular snake is just has an attitude sometimes. Yeah, snakes have no problem eating dead prey for the most part. There we go. Beautiful. Do you plan to breed them? No, I'm not breeding them. I mean, if it happens, it happens. But so speaking about breeding, so the permitted snakes that I have, I'm not allowed to breed them. This is not one of them. It's just part of the permitting process. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But you know what? We're going to abide by the rules set forth by the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife. I do not have a rat farm. I order all my rats frozen through Rodent Pro. Uh, Anyone ever know if he got bitten? I did get bit once. It was by an Arizona blacktail rattlesnake about 15 years ago. I got a very lucky bite. One fang skinned the tip of my finger, put me in the hospital overnight, and I had to reevaluate some of the things that I was doing. So, but anyway, there we go with that. And we're just gonna come back and try to feed him later. So let's go back into the snake room real quick. That's my wife making some yummy ass food. God, you're so hot. And then why are some of their cages filled with nice plants and others? Okay, well, that's a good question. The small vipers that you saw, they're small, they're tiny. So you'll notice like the cobra right here doesn't have a ton of stuff in there, right? And that's on purpose. This guy will fling out of the cage if I open it some of the time. And when I need to get him out, I can't have tons of things inside the cage that he can wrap himself around. That's why you see some of these cobras with minimalistic cages. And some of them, like the mamba, are nice and decorated. As a matter of fact, I got some more plants, more fake plants right here. And there's another one up here. Matter of fact, here's some nice coloration right here that I just haven't put in some of the cages. So, but yeah, that's kind of the main reason though, is just some of these snakes, I don't want them grabbing a hold with their tails and yanking stuff out with them. So just my personal thing. I didn't put the lock back on what? What are you talking about? Every one of these cages has a lock on it. Oh, you talk about the one in the living room. Oh, well, that was locked anyway. That lock that you're talking about is just a secondary lock. No big deal. So anyway, here, hold on one second. I'm gonna go ahead and turn. If I can do this right here. Flip the camera. So, all right. Hi, I'm Aaron. Nice to meet you guys. Thank you for watching. Once again, I'm not here trying to sell you anything. Don't get on my merch. Don't do any of that crap. I'm just here sharing my hobby with you. And if you hit that like and subscribe button, you know what? I'll be elated. If not, you know what? I hope you enjoyed this. Um, we'll be here next Sunday. We're going to feed the king cobras next Sunday. Like I said, I have a 5-foot corn snake somebody gave me that died of natural causes, and a big gopher snake for the other one. And other than that, I hope everybody had a great 4th of July, and I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday and a great week. So, with that being said, I appreciate you all watching, and y'all take care.